Hey, Pisces, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Pisces, you have, starting off here, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows, card 62. So I am getting the feeling that you've gone through some hard times, as we all have. But this is a time that you're starting to find the treasures that come from going through some of the difficulties. You start to see what you really value. You're starting to really look at priorities in a different way. And you may be making some big changes and adjustments to match up with your new vibration, your new life, if you will. Bottom of the deck, you have the Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. It's also card 15 in tarot. That is the devil. So a lot of you, again, are liberating yourself from some sort of shadow aspect. This could be an addiction. For others of you, it could be obsessions, manipulation, bondage, whatever you felt tethered to or you felt was holding you back. You're releasing yourself from the shadows and you're finding the real treasures that exist within and externally, I'm hearing here as well. So some of you, there's going to be big changes externally because you've been doing the work. You've been going through things here, Pisces. So we're going to take a look at the 1111 portal and how to fully embody it. Now, the 1111 energy really allows us to channel to higher realms. A lot of us are going through massive awakenings to shift into that 5D energy. So the 1111 portal connects us to our intentions, our divine blueprint, and really helps us take a look at what matters most. And that's what I see you doing here as well. And I actually see the Hanged Man energy, which is sacrifice, right? And this is getting out of stagnation, getting out of a time where you feel like there's been a delay, there's been a bit of a holdup here. And we're going to take a look and see what truth do you need to get behind. And as I say truth, we actually have the Two of Swords. So what is the truth that you need to get behind or that can back you up? What are the intentions, Pisces, that you're putting out into the universe and how to best align with those intentions? We'll get messages from your guides. And then lastly, how will this new wave cause a ripple over the coming months well into your 2025? Oh my goodness, I'm loving that answer here. You have 3 cards that came out for your 2025. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the web. The web is justice. The justice is retribution, karma. May have to do with legalities. It could be about taking accountability. It may be about wrapping up karmic cycles. And for some of you, that may have been part of the shadow that you were involved in, because the web reaches around, it intertwines, right? It almost feels like there could have been a karmic relationship or a financial situation, a health issue, something here that you were meant to touch with the web. It was meant to touch your energy and change your life in some way. And I feel like that is wrapping up because I also see Ace of Wands right next to Justice. So this is a new beginning here for you, Pisces, really quite profound. All right, so again, your first oracle out, which we'll read it from the guidebook at the very end of the reading, but it's the Will-O-the-Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. So you may be finding treasures within yourself, and this could even be your own spiritual gifts. Sometimes our gifts are activated after a spiritual awakening, after a major illness, near-death experience. Not always though, but I do feel for some of you, because we have the shadow here, you've gone through a period that has heightened your sensitivity, heightened your gifts, maybe your gifts of clairvoyance, your gifts of being able to see. For others of you, this 1111 portal is really connecting you to those higher realms, and you could be going through what I've been calling glitches. It feels like jumping timelines in a sense, where there's these little glitches in the matrix. I won't go all woo-woo with you in this reading, but if you've been noticing things have been a little bit different or off, or you feel like things have been out of this world, if there has been supernatural things happening, I mean, it's not just now that it's coming in. It's been happening for quite some time. But if you've been noticing more of these things happening, you're not going crazy. It's just this huge shift taking place at this time. All right, so how to fully embody the 1111 portal, how to work with this best for you. You have the 3 of Wands. This has to do with your foundation, manifestation, and also anticipating something. I feel like you're anticipating making a move, but this move could be relocating, quite literally. For others of you, this is making a career move. It could be making a move in your relationship even, or even within your spiritual gifts, because this is the card, again, of manifesting. But sometimes we get lost in the planning. Sometimes we hesitate, or we feel overwhelmed by all the quote unquote glitches, right, of what's going on everywhere, and we're just not sure how to move forward. But I feel like you're being guided to trust. You're being guided to explore, right? The 3 of Wands is the card of exploration, courage, and knowing that success is but a move away. And I feel like that's what you are tuning into on this 1111 portal. Now, November is an 11 energy as well. So a lot of ones. Ones are new beginnings. Ones are about the self. They're about leadership and courage. And ones also are gifts, right? They're opportunities, but we must open up the gift once they're offered. And because I see that Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, I definitely feel like there is a gift to be presented. And when you add the 3 of Wands and the Ace of Wands, that's the 4 of Wands, which is the card of 1111. So this is really beautiful. There's something here very profound, Pisces, going on in your world that is the catalyst towards major change for you in 2025. And I haven't even peeked too much. I did see one card that came out for your outcome 2025, but I feel like you're gonna love it, because you already know what this change is representing, or you know a little bit of what it is. You may not know the details, but you know, and we're gonna get there here. So what truth do you need to get behind? The Hanged Man. That yes, there has been sacrifice, right? Yes, there has been delays, but this is the card of surrender. It's the card of perspective as well. So it is important that you see things from a new perspective or multiple different angles in order for you to make the best choice for your highest good. And I feel like there is a truth here that you're already aware of. I feel like you're aware of this truth. That's why you have the Justice card here. There's some sort of truth that is showing up with the Justice energy at the bottom of the deck. So again, for some of you, it could be divorce, it could be marriage, it could be karma, some sort of legal situation, retribution, again, accountability. There's some sort of accountability being taken, but I feel like you've sacrificed through this, and there's a new perspective that is going to change the outcome. You can't go back and change how things were done, but you can see things now from a new viewpoint, and that's going to change the result or the end goal. All right. So what are the intentions that you're putting out into the universe? I'm loving this. You have the Warrior. You're telling the universe that you have strength, that you have courage, that you will face difficulties, You will overcome fears, and you have the self-control to stand up to anything that shows up in your world. I mean, look at her. She is a warrior. This is the strength card in tarot. And I feel like you've doubted yourself at times. You've doubted your path. You've doubted your journey. You've second-guessed your intuition. You've doubted the world at large. But I feel like you are telling the universe, I have what it takes. It doesn't mean that I want more of this sacrifice thrown on me, right? But I'm ready to cut through the fluff. I'm ready to cut through the shadows because I've been in the shadows with the strength. You cannot be the strength and not have gone through a shadow period or a dark night of the soul, right? And so you're coming out of this and you're saying, all right, universe, show me the treasures. Show me the treasures because I'm victorious now. I have this sense of compassion, this sense of self-love, this sense of insight that you didn't have before. You had to go through the shadows to be able to reach that. And maybe that was part of the treasure as well. So this is really profound for you, Pisces. How to best align with that is to, again, not second guess yourself, not to fall back on that doubt or fight or flight or losing your sense of dignity, losing your sense of courage, because this is opposition. And what I see here with you showing up as the strength, and we have the Justice and the Hanged Man, you have dealt with opposition. You have dealt, I'm getting like two teams out there, and you have your offense and your defense. And it feels like no matter what, you just wanted things to kind of, at times, you wanted it to be a complete team sport, both sides, right? But it feels like the opposing team, there was always something coming at you. And now it's like you're getting to the end, and it's at that moment where you realize, I played this role, but we're shaking hands here at the end, and we're all coming together. And I feel like you're understanding that opposition exists, and opposition was there or is there. But when the Two of Swords shows up, I feel like there is or was a lack of information or lack of facts, but Spirit is saying through the strength, this is you trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts here, trusting what you've learned, and trusting in the universal law of karma and justice. Because you know that things play out. You know that there's going to be offense and defense. There's going to be duality. There's going to be polarity. But the way in which you handle it is differently than most people do. Okay, most people may get very, very angry, very upset, very resentful. They may get in that Five of Swords energy, and maybe that's part of the sacrifice. Maybe that was you. Maybe that was someone you were dealing with. Five of Swords can be someone taking advantage, very angry, a win at all costs. You've all seen a poor team sport who has just thrown a 2-year-old hissy fit out on the field, or you've seen them really act up and poor sportsmanship to the max, right? And that's what the Five of Swords is. Or I'm going to win at all costs, even if I have to cheat, even if I have to lie, even if I have to steal, even if I have to, hide something here. 5 and 7 of Swords. But I feel like you are choosing this, I don't want to say a side. It's not about choosing sides, but you're choosing the light aspect. You're choosing to, yes, you've acknowledged the shadow, but you're finding the treasures within the game, if you will. All right. What is your advice from Spirit? 3 of Cups. Beautiful. Resolution. I love that. It kind of goes with our game analogy. At the end, everybody shakes hands. Good game, right? Where there's no, I don't want to say no winners and no losers. I'm really going to rile up some sports fans, because we know that, yes, we want to win. We want that accolade. But I'm getting here that even if you didn't win this one, it's not the only game you're going to play. And sometimes we give up. Sometimes that poor teammate, that poor sportsmanship throws down the helmet, throws everything down and says, I'm done, right? I'm not going to play it again. And then they lose out on the chance to ever win or lose again. And I feel like that's something you are celebrating, is the fact that you never gave up. The fact that you kept going when times were tough. And the Three of Cups here is celebration. Your guides want you to know that there's celebration, that there's people that support you, that there's going to be something worth celebrating, a win, right? A win, whatever that win is. Maybe it's a new job. It could be an abundant opportunity. Perhaps it's a raise. It could be getting together with your family and celebrating having a family, celebrating good times ahead, right? There is resolution here. There's healing, there's light. And I just love this showing up for you, because your guides are saying there's resolution. You got this. Celebrate and take that downtime to drink it all in with the Three of Cups. Drink it all in. Hydrate yourself. Stay healthy. And I am getting soul tribe, right? Celebrate with your soul tribe. You're also calling in new tribe members with the Ace of Wands coming in. There could be some new people coming in on your path, or someone special, Pisces, someone special. And I feel like that's part of a treasure that is coming up from the shadows, because maybe in the past you were attracting poor teammates, right? Poor Five of Swords, Seven of Swords energy, and you kept going back and forth, and it really caused you to really go within and address some of your shadows. Maybe you were attracting the same type of lover, or you were attracting the same type of friends, because there was a big lesson to learn about teamwork, right? About oneself. You learn a lot about yourself when you're in the company of another or others. And I see that you are loved. You are very, very loved, Pisces. You are very well respected, and people want to be in your presence because you have this glow about you. All right, we see a win. We see some sort of treasure coming out of the shadow, which is beautiful. Now, how will this new wave cause a ripple over the coming months into your 2025? Oh my goodness, you cannot make this up. Look at all this wand energy. Well, first off, there's your Four of Wands. There's your 1111. We have the Ace of Wands here and the 3 equaling that 4. I didn't even see that yet, but here it is. Four of Wands is a celebration, max celebration, new home, moving in together, soul tribe, marriage, stable job, new foundation here, cooperation from others, from families, organizations. I mean, it is harmony. Four of Wands is one of the most celebrated minor arcanas. It's bliss, right? And it feels good and strong and stable. It has 4 legs, right? It's bringing something together, and you're seeing the development of your dreams and your wishes transpiring here. So it may be taking a little bit of time. It may have taken a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. Some of you, this is getting a PhD, going back to school, or getting your Reiki certification, or starting a business. This could be starting a family, but you're sending them off into the world. Whatever this is for you, you're seeing your hard work being put out there in the world in some way. And this is a massive, massive rebirth. You have the Judgment card here, which is Scorpio energy. So it all comes back to this 11/11 or 11th month. It's like the 11th month, the 11th hour. It's like the final hour before the clock hits midnight, right? So you have a lot to do in the final hour. And I do feel like this is an energy of self-awareness. Pisces, you're very aware of thyself. You're aware of others' energies as well. You're highly intuitive. So if you're second guessing that and saying, Mel, I don't know, you are Pisces, trust it. The Judgment is about life's purpose. It is about going through the trials and tribulations which you've gone through, but this is a rite of passage where you're not going back. When you go through this portal, there's no going back, ever. So don't judge. Let things go. Do not fear, because Spirit is here. And the King of Wands is here as well. Fire. This is fire. So this could be happening as soon as Sagittarian season, which is the end of November into December. So you actually might see some of your hard work paying off during these months. And I really feel like this is a huge catalyst towards 2025. I mean, these three cards together, your 2025 is lit, Pisces, with the King of Wands and the fire here. King of Wands is an entrepreneur, or he's someone who is very flexible. He's a world traveler. He marches to the beat of his own drum. He's active. He's passionate. He's goal-oriented. He's successful. He's adventurous. He's resourceful. He's not afraid to express his ideas, and ideas he has many because he's channeling straight from source energy. He can be assertive, but it's because he's confident and he knows what he wants and he goes for it. There's no stopping him. There's no going back. And that's what I see you doing here is you've gone through this sacrifice where sometimes the sacrifice brings us to our knees and it strips us of every piece of confidence that we have, right? You've gone through it. Maybe that's happened for you in the past, but over time, Humpty Dumpty, right, starts to put back those pieces together again. And you come up rising from the ashes like the phoenix does on the Judgment card. And whatever this is that you've been developing over time is going to be so profound that I feel 2025 could be one of the most powerful, impactful years of your life. I feel like it will be globally. Anyway, 2025 is going to be a profound year of change and transformation. And some of it's going to be very different, okay? Very different. But for those of us that have been doing the work, for those of us that are awake, we're going to be able to get through it with more ease and less resistance than those that have no idea. Right? But Pisces, because I'm getting this strong feeling of you being very in tune, very aware of what's going on, you're developing things at a rapid pace. And there could be some big changes, possibly in real estate, in investing or investments. This could be your finances, your money. This could also be your projects, what you're developing, maybe as a business owner or in your career portfolio. And if this has to do with love, there's another chance here. There's a second chance for you to come together, possibly marriage in 2025 with a King of Wands. And this is fun. You could be traveling, taking a honeymoon, or, you know, traveling to get married or going to a different country. Yeah, there's definitely a rebirth here. And I feel like you are a warrior. People are looking at you and they're saying, dang, Pisces, if you can do it, I can do it. So not only are you a warrior, but you're being a good role model for others. So Pisces, this is beautiful. Now let's take a look here. Card 62. 62 could be a significant number. Some of you may love willow trees like I do. Maybe you have a big willow in your front or backyard. This is about the great mystery. It's about epiphany. Willow, the wisp, hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, into the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure. There's the Hanged Man. You guys, I have goosebumps. Hanged Man with a sacrifice. The King of Wands is the pursuit of adventure. Your comfort zone. You'll have to sacrifice your certainty in the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray. Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place. These worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is when you will learn about your own unmaking to unmask yourself. Love what you discover, dark or light. See it all as divine. And that was us talking about the playing field. Again, it's not about the opposing side that you're on, right? It's about embracing it all. See it all as divine and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find filled with the wealth of love and kindness, there's the strength. True prosperity is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. And there's the invitation with the Ace of Wands. And there is justice. There she is holding up the justice with the web saying, all right, we're bringing things into karma here. But in order to do so, you have to touch everything that this web is part of, right? So this is really a profound reading for you, Pisces. And it goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. But some of you are still stuck in that stagnancy of the devil. And I haven't done this, Pisces, but I am going to for you. I haven't read the underneath card. But because I still see the sacrifice here, perhaps you're still struggling with something, and this may help you out. Embrace the chaos. Trust in the process. You're moving out of stagnation, right? Trust it. The presence of the dust devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is that you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. He represents two aspects to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you, with the dust devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains, shackling you to a barren desert. Stop asking for things to be perfect. And that's important. I hear that so often. When can things just get better? Right? And that's not a bad thing to want things to be good, right? But sometimes we get stuck in that trap of perfectionism or thinking that it'll only be better when this happens, or if we get to that point, then it'll all be great. But what if we are called to entertain all the beautiful mess, right? Entertain it all and know that there will be victory. There will be karma. Trust this process. Stop asking for things to be perfect, awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. The dust devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery. There's that treasure that we talk about. That's the key theme, right? Because right now it may feel like this dust devil has come in and ripped everything up, right? I've ripped everything up and you can't quite see because it hasn't settled yet. The wisdom awaiting, it says, let's see here. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. So yeah, things are going through an integration period. That's what this 1111 energy is really allowing us to do, is integrate, is to shift into higher consciousness, higher frequency, and for us to rise above so we can start to see that dust settling here, and knowing that on the other side of the settling, you're still in it, but you're able to see it from a different perspective that changes the entirety of your world. Profound. That is what I have for you, Pisces. If this resonates or hits home, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you again for being here. Lots of love.